Hi, welcome to Far From Eden. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Uh, it's going to be fun today. So often, like every single time, we are talking about issues that face men and the difficulties out there. And they're tough. And your all's reality is tough. And what I have found that is very helpful when you're having a tough reality like that is to make sure you laugh, make sure there's laughter. And in conjunction with that, the need for laughter, but also the need for truth. And where do you get that better than comedians? Actually, today, it does seem like the only truth you can really get in the mainstream, so to speak, the only acceptable way to get truth is if it's delivered by a comedian. And it's the modern day court gesture as it were. Goodness gracious, I'm tired today, guys. So y'all requested this, and today's the best day to do it because I need it too. You know, with what I deal with, which with the MS, it actually does help me better relate to the isolation and some of the things that you guys are faced with because of the dynamics of the disease and everything. It has shaped me in such a way that and shaped my life in such a way that I don't see it as the average woman would. It's other factors too. And if you're like, oh, this is my first time here, how'd you get here? This is one of the ways. There's several other things that make me a complete weirdo, but that's one way. And so making sure that I actively seek out things that provide levity, so important. I think, that must be how people got through times like the Depression, times like the bombing of London. You know, just imagine, you're hunkering down. I think that's where the dry British sense of humor came from. That's just my theory, but I think that's it. And I think too, I think Canadians are funny because what are you gonna do when it's super cold? I mean, before the internet, right? And you're just cold, and you're isolated again. I think it creates opportunity for humor, and I think that is something that can feed your soul. I think laughter is super important and stuff like that. And I know it's so hard for you guys to find joy in things because so much has been taken away from you and you're so in survival mode, right? A lot of times it would be the wife and the children that would bring that to your lives, that would bring that joy to your lives. So without those things, it's severely lacking. Anyway, and I also have to talk for a little bit here because this main platform does not like when there's a lot of cursing in the beginning. So hopefully that's about enough of an introduction. Still wanted to say those things, but had to stall a little bit. So you guys requested. I said, tell me what you guys want to see. Is there anything you want to see me review? Is there anything you'd like to see my perspective on? And the first thing that was said in the chat a couple nights ago was comedians and then Bill Burr. I was like, goodness gracious, what a great assignment. I am familiar with Bill Burr. I've seen a lot of his stand-up because I think he's hilarious. But I think there's going to be some things on here that I haven't seen, and that's exciting. This is Bill Burr on women for 20 straight minutes. So I won't interrupt too much unless there is a certain take that I think that women, misunderstand, etc. That could be beneficial, but I don't want to disrupt us enjoying this. And I get it. We're feeding our souls, but we're being naughty doing it. So I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Some of you guys in the chat will tell me if this is too naughty, but here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Make sure I'm at the beginning. Yeah, Bill Burr is going to get right into it, and he's going to use all the 4-letter words. So, no kids in the room.
I love women, but you know what I'm finding? I'm not compatible with them. You know? I'm serious. Women have like too much energy for me. That's what I've noticed, you know? Like you can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just like see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's go fill it up with some stuff. No, and then they just come at you with one horrible idea after another. Horrible ideas like, you want to make some sandwiches and go to the park? No, every one of the ideas involves like walking around, like looking at stuff. It's almost like they're trying to wear you down. After like 2 or 3 stores, you're like leaning on stuff. I don't care. Just buy something. I don't care. You know what the worst one is? You ever get that one? You want to go to brunch? You want to go to brunch on Sunday? And inside you're like, no! But you can't say that. You got to keep them happy, right? So what do? You're like, yeah, let's go to brunch. What a great idea. Why would you want to sleep in on a Sunday when you can go pay $18 for eggs? Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Then we can sit around and listen to your friends have moronic conversations about the eggs. Like, is that pesto? Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto. Oh, you just want to flip the whole table over?
Okay. One of the things I've learned through this process is how, my face hurts already, meaningless a lot of our female conversations are to you guys. And of course that makes sense because a lot of y'all's conversations are meaningless to us. It's supposed to be, right? Because you're men and we're women. But it is hilarious. He makes it hilarious how we try to push all that femaleness onto you guys and like force you into it and try to make you one of our girlfriends. And imagine, I mean, he's like, you got to make them happy. You got to keep them happy, right? And there's so many men. I don't want to take it too serious. There's so many men that are in marriages right now, and they're living the cheaper to keeper life and the happy wife, happy life thing, and it going insane. They have Bill Burr type thoughts in their brain, but I never knew that until, you know, listening to people like Bill Burr, listening to men talk and not being offended by it, going, oh yeah. And just having a chuckle. Like, it's not offensive. He doesn't want to be a woman, you know?
And just run out of there. So, I was dating this girl recently. This girl's like really like into like women's issues. She got me this book on women's lib one time, right? So I'm reading this thing. I think women's lib was a great thing. Like back in the 70s, I thought it was cool, you know? Over the last couple of years, though, I think that whole women's movement, it's really starting to morph into kind of like this reverse pimping kind of thing, you know? Because every time you see them on TV, they always say, all we want is to be treated exactly like guys, right? But if you listen to them, they don't. They only want the good stuff of being a guy. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet. Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. Pay for the movie, that's okay, you can keep that one, I don't like that one. This is nice, that's yucky, that's icky. I mean, come on, people, you can't choose. This girl gave me a rough time one time. She goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some screwed up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay.
also, they don't get paid more for the same job. But yeah, that is a messed up reason, because if we're equal, we should be equal. They do. This is exactly right. He's taking that argument that they have on the whatever podcast all the time, like, oh, you want traditional perks, but you don't want to be traditional and actually do those things. I love it. You can say it when it's comedy, and the women are laughing in the audience.
Oh, that's why I get the $1 more an hour. You know, if there's a house fire, it's always women and children first. I got to stand there with like the back of my shirt on fire going, let's go, people, let's go, let's go. So that's how I look at it. No, it's $1 an hour surcharge. Seriously, that if something screwed up happens, either I can't leave or I got to like get in the way of it to give you a head start, like rabid dog, run honey, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You hear a bump in the night, I got to go check it out, like, yes, he does have a knife. No, I don't. I don't think a woman should make $1 less an hour to do the exact same job, okay? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you're going to make what I make when the boat sinks, you better be standing right there next to me, listen to that guy play the cello. Then you get the corner office. I don't got a problem. You got all the benefits. That's why I didn't like that movie, The Titanic.
Do you know how quiet it got when he said that? Everybody was laughing. I never noticed this before. Everybody was laughing. And as soon as he was like, hey, if you want that, then you need to be there listening to the cello. And it got dead silent. They weren't laughing then, were they?
You know what I hate about that movie? Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. Like, oh my God, that was so romantic, don't you think? No! No, I don't. It was a horror film. And they're always like, why? Why? Because all the guys die. See, you're sitting there watching it going, who would I be in that scenario? You be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage. I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when like the boat breaks in half, that dude who like falls straight down, bangs off the stuff and goes into the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? And I'd just be falling the whole way down. I should have humped that chick in first class.
I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand. How come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes, right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was.
Yeah, that's the thing, is those men sitting there putting up with that soccer player. We all know who it is. And they have to act. They're enablers, you know, because if they were to be like, no, why? You don't bring in the people. They all have to, somebody's pulling the strings that says, you better, you know, go along with this or else.
They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. Why is that? That is a conundrum. I have no idea. Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig.
Football do you watch a week?
I watch 2 games on Sunday. I tape 3.
Right.
Then I watch the Monday game. And then Tuesday, I watch one of the 3 that I taped. Wednesday, I watch another one. Then I watch the Thursday night game. And then Friday, I got to watch the Sunday night game. Then
Okay.
Saturday, I watch college football.
Okay.
And it's fine.
Okay.
Because I have a simple male brain that can just sit there and just enjoy it. I can just enjoy it.
So does your wife watch any of these games with you? Does she?
No, she has the female complex multitasking brain. That's why they can't be happy. They just always, they're like, what is that lizard that can look at 2 things at once? That's what they're like. So they got the shoes they want, and then they see some other woman walking in going, oh, look at this skinny bitch over here. She thinks she's cute, right? That's what I've learned.
Oh, God.
You know what makes women happy? Nothing. Nothing makes them happy, and that is why they are slowly taking over the NFL, because it annoys them that we can just sit there with like a pizza and a drink, like, that's not holding, and just be like, and enjoy ourselves.
So you're saying that because you're happy that you think your wife and women in general want to take
They're jealous of it. They're jealous how simple the male brain is, that you can just sit there and be entertained and find true happiness, and it just bugs them, so they gotta ruin it. And they're slowly taking over the NFL. You know, all next month, once again, they're gonna dress everybody in the NFL like newborn baby girls, for whatever reason.
Because they're feminizing men. They want to feminize men. I know he's changed a lot in the last couple of years. Like, we've all like, oh, we used to like him more, right? Me too. But he's still brilliant in the way that he insulted. I don't need an update. The way that he insulted men, like they have simple brains, and then seemed to compliment women, but it wasn't. It's brilliant. He's figured out how to say it without getting in trouble. You know, I mean, you know, the certain types still don't like him, but it's hard to put your finger on, and that's what makes him brilliant. But yeah, women they don't want men to have their own spaces. They don't, and it's not that they're jealous of the way men think. They don't think about the way men think. They just want men to be doing what they want them to be doing. You know, like brunch and all the things you talked about in the last clip.
Did you forget that there's breast cancer from like a year ago?
Yeah, so they did it last year, and they're going to do it again this year.
Yes. They're slowly going to take it over, and they're going to move us out. Because I'm telling you, I don't understand why they keep trying to go into a male football league. It's like, why don't you guys band together and start your own league? Get your own thing going. But I realize they don't want their own thing. They don't want their own shit. They want our shit. I don't know what it is. And I think it's because we're happy. We're just sitting there enjoying ourselves, having a good time without them. It drives them nuts, and they just got to go in there and ruin it.
So they got women's basketball.
They don't even like it. They don't even like football. Most of them they don't even like football. Like, I don't get it. I don't get like the fascination. Like, if my wife is having like 3 of her friends over, I screw. I leave. I don't need to be there and ruin it for her. I know you guys. I'm going to change the dynamic because I'm there, and you can't talk about 100% female stuff. Out of courtesy, I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to leave.
But they can't do that, you're saying.
One guy, one chauvinistic jackass up there understands what I'm saying.
All right. Now, you know.
Whatever. I'll tell that story better next time. I'm going to get it right. All right? Next time I'm going to get it right.
I got a girlfriend, man. I watch a lot of TV with her. You know, I just annoy the hell out of her. She loves watching the Oprah Winfrey Show, and I love like watching her watch the Oprah Winfrey Show. And I wait for Oprah to say something stupid, and the second she does, I just take it out on my girl because I'm an asshole. That's what I do. No, we were watching it the other day. You know, Oprah's on there. She's interviewing some clam, you know, and she's giving her this big, ridiculous intro. Like, she's done this, she's done that, she's done this, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's the mother, and continues on. Immediately, I just look at my girlfriend like, you know, like, really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet? Oh, yeah, all those mothers who die every year from black lung, from inhaling all that coal dust. Dude, women are just constantly patting themselves on the back about how difficult their lives are, and no one corrects them because they want to fuck them.
That's so true. And when I first saw this skit or special of Bill Burr's that we're watching a clip from right now, and he said that Oprah said, you know, being a mother is the hardest job. And then he went into this. I was like, oh my God, I feel so stupid. because I believe that too. When I used to watch Oprah too. I'm from that Oprah generation, 90s. So it sounded good, I guess. So I just kept saying it. Recently, I did hear Andrew Wilson correct someone when they were saying it, and he said it's crucial. It's one of the most crucial jobs, but it's not one of the hardest. So, but women do need to stop patting themselves on the back for doing jobs that are not hard. Okay, I'll say it. If we can do them, they're not that hard. Because we're not strong. We're not as strong as men. So of course it's not going to be hard because we're doing it. And I think he's about to explain it.
That's what it is. So there's just this tornado of like misinformation. Hey, the most difficult job on the planet. What would you rather be doing? Drilling to the center of the earth, shaking hands with the devil. Every time there's a rumble in the ground, you wait for the whole thing to collapse down on top of you so they can write that folk song about you. Would you rather be up in the sunshine, running around with a couple of toddlers that you can send to bed anytime you want on some sort of trumped up charges, right? Because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Oh, yeah. I thought roofing in the middle of July is a redhead. I thought that was difficult. But these mothers are bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. Dude, any job that you can do in your pajamas is not a difficult job. All right? Give a break. Jesus Christ, you're 35 years old playing hide and go seek. You're living the dream.
That's why I say, like, when women think, oh, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom and I'm going to be traditional, like, they think they're just going to stay home, keep the house clean, make some meals for people, take care of the kids, and that's all they have to do. That's not enough. You need to be filling the day. You need to be homeschooling those kids. You need to have more than just 1 or 2 kids. You need to have more kids. And I'm not saying you women have to do this. I'm saying if you say I'm going to be a stay-at-home wife and I'm going to contribute just as he's contributing, you got to do more than that, because that is soft life. You can do it in your pajamas. That's soft life. Come on. Where's your garden? Where are your chickens? There's things you can be doing that are not, eating bonbons and being in your pajamas all day.
You're living the dream. No time card, no taxes. You're off the fucking grid. Making popsicle stick houses. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Oprah's not even a mother. How the fuck would she know?
Right.
Unbelievable.
No one ever says that. Not.
This is what kills me. What kills
You want everyone today to have as miserable a childhood as you had.
No, but it was kind of funny. We know what's hilarious was my mother just popped up and just immediately started cleaning up, and my dad just kept eating. Like he didn't like the roles were defined back then. Now the guy has to throw the milk, he has to clean it up while telling his wife she's brave for just sitting there. Like whatever that is. Can you hear it? Women are so overrated, right? We went from we went from not listening to them to now it's ridiculous. Like that believe women. It's like all of them. How about
85%. I'll give you 87%. All right?
But that last 13% that keys your car, lights your shit on fire, and puts a family pet in a pot of stew.
Who put a pet in a pot of stew?
Glenn Close.
Oh, that. Yeah. That's okay. All right.
It's unbelievable. Can't understand you. Female voice does not travel well. I don't know what it is. Up close or in a whisper can make your dick hard, but beyond 10 feet, it just sounds like a couple of birds, fighting over a French fry or something, you know? There you go. That's how we start. Somebody's coming out of the gate. I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. Just running her. This isn't some Democrat Republican shit. This is just in general. Just running her yap. It's just like, shut up. You know? You weren't elected. You know, your husband isn't running a lemonade stand. He's running the country. No, generally speaking, first ladies, they've been out of line for a good 25, 30 years. They think for some reason that their husband has the job, that now they should be chiming in like they know some shit. You know? Dude, if you had a leak at your house and you called the plumber and the plumber comes in and he starts fixing it, what would you do if 5 seconds later his wife, who isn't a plumber, comes walking in? Well, I think we should route it over here. It's like, shut up. Just because you're fucking the plumber doesn't mean you understand plumbing. Okay? No, this is all like my fears because they're trying to tell us down south there that like they're starting to like gear up for Hillary Clinton to be running for president, saying like, I think that would be a good thing. Yeah, people clapping. What is that based on? Based on what? I don't get how she became a senator. That's shocking to you? She went from never holding political office to immediately being a senator. Why? Because she was fucking the president? Should Tom Brady's wife be the next quarterback of the Rams? Does he have some sort of magical powers? Like you suck at sports? I couldn't throw it all. And then he fucked me and I just picked up this ball and I was just lacing it in there. It was incredible. Dude, it all started with Nancy Reagan. That's where it first went off the rails, you know? She came out with her little bird body, you know, just her big head. Just came walking out, say no to drugs, people off your heroin, say no to that. She just walked back. Hillary had her stupid health care plan. Obama's wife's running her yap on 60 Minutes, you know? I got to give it up to the Bushes. They had their women in line. They did. Barbara never said shit. She smiled every once in a while. She threw something in there. George W.'s wife, I don't even know her name. Stu was in office for 8 years. I don't even know her fucking name. What's it like, Beth or Paige or something like that? He had her on lockdown. Going out there tonight, I'm giving a speech. And when I say something and they laugh, you're going to nod. You're going to smile, and you're going to nod that head. Is this how it's going to be? Really? Do you think like me saying this is somehow going to affect? She's still going to win. Listen, let me ask you this question. Do you think that a woman being president is going to affect anything? Do you? Oh, do you? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What the fuck is she going to do?
Speaking of which,
Yes.
relationships, you were engaged, but
Yes.
then you broke off that engagement recently. Is that true?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Now, was this a painful thing or kind of amicable?
Oh, yeah, it was fine. It was perfectly fine.
I don't know.
Asshole. You. Of course it was painful.
I don't know.
Oh, you broke off your engagement. Or, yeah, was that like, did you throw a dance party?
On Orange is the New Black, your character has a lot of tats.
Yeah.
Do you get those put on? You have a tat that says.
No. I have this. That's all my ink. I have this mic on, so.
Yeah, that's all right.
Be a gentleman and help me out with my question.
Hey, Conan, can you believe that marriage
didn't work out? Yeah, I can't believe your relationships don't work out.
Talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence. Just in case, you didn't get the memo. Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly. It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? Who it's like wife beaters watching for, oh, fuck, now.
This is genius. This part, this where he talks about why do they have to say it? Do they really think, like, people think this is okay until they see this sign and then they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Exactly. So why are those signs up everywhere? Signs up anywhere? Why is that information out? It's not to get people to stop committing DV, because if you're gonna be a bad person, you're gonna be a bad person. Getting a flyer or no, it's not gonna change what you do. So what's it for? It is to propagate the myth that that's what all men do and that all women are victims of it. That's the whole point of it. I thought a lot about this part of this stand-up routine that he did. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of all the parts that he does on women, because it's so true. And I thought, well, okay, well, if it doesn't stop the men from doing it, and believe me, marketing companies all know, PR companies, marketing companies, they all know the effect their campaigns have on people. They've studied it for a long, long time. Read Edward Bernays' Propaganda. Oh my gosh, that'll open your eyes about how strategic all this stuff is. So I thought, well, okay, well, what's the purpose of it then? The purpose is just to propagate that lie that that's who men are and that women are the victims, and to keep that in our heads. And that's a lot of where you get these false accusations from, unfortunately. Not to make it not funny anymore. He's still funny. Let's still laugh.
I get it. Upset Daisy, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go. Oh. So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You can wake me from a drunken stupor. I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying. Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week? There you go. Every day.
Can you imagine if that were the other way around? And a guy yelled that out? Oh my gosh, the police would be arresting him probably at the exit. It's somehow funny and certainly not criminal when we do it. Oops. Sorry.
Work every day, paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in. No reason. I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of fucking reasons in that arc of a story.
I'm done. Okay. I'm sorry. It's $9,000 to fucking fly here. You know what I mean? No offense, but there's no Eiffel Tower here. I think that's a little pricey.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Thank you for not just laughing. Thank you for verbally letting me know that you appreciated that. Thank you. She either has no stairs in her house or someone doesn't know how to walk up them. That's that good. Did you call? Did you call the plumber? Thank you. That's when she said it. She said it. goes downstairs in the rec room. Changing a fuse or something. That's not it! Oh, it's still not working! All right, done. Okay. I thought you said it. Well, that's how I heard it. I'm kind of defensive. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, he's so funny. It's so good to laugh. It's just good. It's just good for you. Sometimes I just know sometimes I just need to watch a stand-up comedian. And he's a great one because I get so in my head about what we do here on this channel. By we, I mean me and you guys. You know, the content that I'm going to bring you guys and what you're going through. And it's just so, it is very depressing. And yeah, you got to laugh. So we do. Anyway, you guys also listed some comedians you wanted me to review and stuff. And some of them don't say a whole lot about women. So I'm not sure like how big the demand for that is. But I get it if you just want to have a chuckle and you want to do it with, the guys that are normally in the chat when we do these premieres and stuff like that. It's your all's channel. I mean, I make this stuff for you guys. I started it for you guys. And, I hate that I'm always bringing, I report on this. It's bad news. And there's not a lot of great, encouragement out there. I'm not over here trying to tell you how to date or how to find a good woman because it's a needle in a needle stack. And she's somewhere on the hot crazy matrix chart and she can disappear from that spot and reappear anywhere else on the chart at any time, as many times to infinity. And that means there is no wife zone. So, you can't, what are you gonna do? So we've gotta laugh. And that's why I do try to remind you guys, when we finish a video to protect your peace. And some of that means, not allowing the darkness all the way in to every corner of your soul. And it's hard. It'll consume you. The devil comes to lie, cheat, and destroy. You've been, lied to and cheated out of a lot of things that this life should be. At least we should be able to have families. And he wants to destroy you. You are made in the image of God. So of course, wants to disenfranchise you and destroy you, and has since the garden, which is why this channel is called Far From Eden, because we're so far. But is it that we're far from the perfection that was originally created, that became destroyed when Eve decided to talk to a serpent and go against like the one rule that there was, because there was something that she thought she didn't have, that she should have, that she thought she deserved. Does that sound familiar to you? Because it sounds pretty familiar to me, and that's why the name of the channel. So you've got to find a way to have a chuckle. You've got to find a way to have a laugh. Even if it's not at a stand-up comedian, even if it's, at a squirrel trying to, stuff too many acorns into the mouth or something else. I bring up nature because so many of you find your peace there and feed your souls when you're in nature. It's almost like you're trying to get back to the garden or get closer to creation and away from this fakery, that is a lot of what, man has done a lot of good, but we've also created a lot of fakery that may or may not serve us well. And a lot of us who have lived before the internet and after the internet go, well, it's made life better, but when you weigh it up, I can make a case that it was better without it. And I feel like I might as well be Amish. But you know, I think they figured some stuff out early, you know, like things I wish I'd known. But I am blessed to have you guys in my life. I'm just blessed to have you guys in my life. I read your emails. I'm trying to keep up with them. I know I'm behind. The channel is exploding. And because of that, I'm getting a lot of emails. There's a lot of comments. I'm trying really hard to keep up best I can. It has these growth spurts, and then I try to catch up. I'm also behind putting everything on Rumble, but I will catch up. I will figure out how to, you know, divide up my time better and eliminate whatever I need to, because this is my priority. You guys are my priority. And so keep telling me what you want to see on this channel. Keep telling me how I can help you. Keep telling me what perspectives you want to see. And I know collaborations and interviews, things like that, definitely on the horizon. Going live, definitely on the horizon. I'm not putting it off. There's just some extra things that I have to, you know, get finished with, etc. Horse type stuff that needs to die down a little bit, and then I'll have more time. But it's definitely important to me, and I'm so glad that you guys wanted to see this, because that means I got to see it with you, and especially on a day where I'm a little tired. You know, it's good to have this levity. Thank you guys so much. And I hope that you have protected your peace today. And I hope that you've fed your soul today. And tomorrow's fairy tale day. So I don't know which one it is yet. But I'm excited about that too. And hopefully we'll do something else too. But I don't want to get ahead of myself and wear myself out before I've even gotten started on tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a good one tonight, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.